You're live.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, planet Earth. Well, that's a bit better, doesn't it? I don't know if there's anyone there just yet. Do you want to move that so you can type? You don't need to
No,
type
it's
then.
just it was a little bit asymmetrical.
Okay. Right, I think I kicked everyone out. That's a brilliant start. But we're coming back now, strong. Good evening.
Evening.
For those that are in the chat now, we kicked everyone out, not by design, by complete accident. So just giving them a few minutes just to get back in again. And we'll get going. Because we were given a good tip about having the slow mode on, so people could only type once every minute. So in a ham-fisted attempt to rectify that and make it equitable for everyone, I kicked everyone out. But now you're back in.
Bloody technology.
I'm not technophobe. I said that last time. I embrace technology wherever I can.
Yeah.
Didn't say I was good at it, but I embrace it.
You did say last time that you looked like you were being held hostage.
And now I'm in much warmer surroundings.
I think today looks like the tables have turned. And I'm the one here.
What you can't see is the GUN pressed to Kian's ribcage. Right, okay. Right, so good evening, everyone that's in there, and we'll talk for as long as people are interested. I think last time I talked for about 45 minutes, but it went down quite well, and people seemed quite happy with it. So I thank you all for that. I thank you for the support, and I thank you for urging me to do it again. And here we are. I think last time I said the height of it was 11 people. I'm not driven by records or metrics like that, but if we break it, great. But people have been reviewing it on YouTube, and that's been great to see as well. So I'm just seeing we've got Skinny Beard in man, Aidan, Denise.
Good evening, everyone.
Muffin, Jack here, Dawn. Brilliant. What a way with words of saying it was slow and shite. Yeah, okay. I like to use 1,000 words when 3 will do. That's just one of my strengths. Right, okay then.
Okay.
You all right? Okay. Let's get into it then. So, as you can see, we've got the main man with us tonight, Kian, and I know a lot of you are dying to see him.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a cracking Father's Day. I don't know if that's relevant to a lot of you, but not really to me, to be honest. I got my dad a crate of Foster's because it was cheap in the shops. But tonight I'm with the Cruise Campo, which I'll be enjoying throughout the stream.
Not sponsored by any way. Unless Cruise Campo do want to sponsor the staggering attendance of 8 people, then we'll take it. But what did you say you got your Foster's?
Foster's.
I'd be gutted if I got Foster's, because Foster's and Carlin for me, unless I was stripping wallpaper, I wouldn't be ingesting them into my precious organs, because it would be taking I don't know what little life I've got left, even shorter.
It's not great. I did a Kendall Calling a couple of years ago in a different band, and I brought a crate of Carlin with me. I think it was about 18 or something. Last minute sort of decision. Ran into Aldi, thought I better bring something because all the other lads in the band were bringing something. So I ran in and got the Carlin, and I think throughout the entire festival, bearing in mind we were there for about 4 days, I drank about 4 of them, and that just goes to show how nice Carlin is. So, cheers to that.
Carlin, I disagree. It's like piss.
That's my point.
Okay. And people are joining the chat as well, so keep the chat coming. I know some people submitted questions, and it's good to put the questions in first because it gives more guarantee we'll see them, but it's not going 500 miles an hour, so if you do say something and want it answered, we'll try and get round to that as well. The Father's Day thing in general, I don't want to make light of it. Some people haven't got the fathers and wish they had them, but I'm going to be honest, baby, it's a commercial travesty. How we all get sucked into it, peeling £2.50 off the back of the card. Is that a measure of love? Not for me, but either way. I embrace all who celebrate, and I wish you a good one if you do. I just think you're a mug. So, right, well, there's a few questions we're going to get round to. And I'm going to start with a big apology here, because I don't know if it was Jill or if it was Jackie, but someone somewhere at some point said it would be good if we spoke a little bit about the rotating cast of Handsome Rat. So I apologise. I've forgotten who that was. I had a quick look before to see where it was placed. I couldn't find where it was. And if it wasn't either of those people, then I'm really sorry that I didn't credit you with the question. So we'll probably get into that later on. But good question to start with. That probably provide a bit of context for the rest of the discussion to frame it with, is that a couple of people have asked. Oh, that was Jill. Thanks, Jackie. A couple of people have asked, how did we meet? How did we meet? And it dawned on me that, sorry, Dawn. It dawned on me, not the crack of dawn. Dawn gives it a big cringe when we say the crack of dawn, so I'll get that in a few more times if we can. But it dawned on me that not everyone knows this origin story. A lot of people in Manchester do, but not everyone in the Ratosphere knows this fact. But we basically met a few days after Kian was born, when Kian was brought home in arms, because I am Kian's uncle. He is my nephew, and that is how we know each other. And yes, he gets all his talent from me.
It's like Star Wars.
I am your uncle. What a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't remember the meeting, to be honest. But
it was of all my nephews, it was probably the most underwhelming. But you've made up for it since.
Well, thank you very much.
I was a bit nephewed out by the time you arrived, but in the intervening years, you've made up for it. So, yeah. I mean, from time to time, you can be relied on to perform a task. But is he the favourite nephew now? No, far from it. He's not even in the Champions League spots. There's some real good ones, and he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to be elevated to those echelons. He's a long way off.
League Two.
Yeah, he's a League Two nephew.
Sunday League nephew.
Yeah, so a lot of people in our gang know that, but I suppose a lot of people out there didn't. So that was that one. I mean, it must be a bit weird for you, because there's not many people out there that, you know, they're chilling out on a Sunday evening while their uncle is clad in a mask and glasses.
No, it's a little bit strange, but I've got used to it now. I've been playing in the Rat for multiple years, and at first it was a shock, but here we are, and I've just sat next to this handsome rat like it's completely normal.
Yeah,
great stuff.
So that takes us on really to, I suppose, the rotating cast nature of it, which I've said in a few posts keeps it, very exciting. Certainly for me. And how it came about really was, I have alluded to the origin before of obviously when me and Lee were looking for a vehicle to release more songs, and we did our first gig, as I said before, and it's on the gigography as Handsome Rat in 2023. And around that time, we were saying, who we were going to get into to play in the live band. So obviously, having been in bands for years, we knew a lot of people around Manchester and the surrounding areas. Oh, P.S. There's 14 people in. That's a new record. So thank you everyone for joining. Feel free to drop out now if you are only here to break the record. If there's any other nephews here, cousins, aunties, you can go. But yeah, so the first gig was coming up, and obviously I knew Kian had been playing music for a while. He was always interested in music. He was always invested in music. But when you're seeing kids, if you like, going through stuff, you think, well, I don't know if it's a lifelong passion for him, but he's obviously got an aptitude for it, and he's obviously interested. But as time went on, he got better and better. He became a multi-instrumentalist and just a real creative force that you all, those that know him out there, from his other works and other bands, obviously. One big band in particular, the Big SB, you know what a creative force he is. So around the time that first gig was coming up, in fact, the first time that I realised it was something really special about Kian's talent, and you might not want me to post it up. I'm going to negotiate with him later. But do you remember that video you did of I Want You Back, Jackson 5?
Oh yeah.
It was like a multi-layered. What do you call it?
Well, to be honest, now this wasn't really my idea. I ripped it off. It was. Probably around 2020, when we were in lockdown, and I was making a lot of guitar covers and just posting them up onto Instagram. But this one specifically was Jackson 5, I Want You Back, and I just like done like just looped the guitar around and put a bass line, put the drums on, did a bit of soloing over it. In hindsight, it wasn't actually that good, but I suppose at the time it was quite groundbreaking for what I was doing at the time.
I wouldn't say groundbreaking, right? But
No,
it was
I
impressive.
wouldn't say that. Yeah.
It was impressive, but I remember when I first saw that, I thought, oh, yeah, he has really got something. And to be honest, that was a few years before the point I'm talking about now. So we were coming up to do the first Handsome Rat gig. We were having discussions about who we were going to draft in for it. And Kian had a gig coming up with, it was in Boyden's band. So Ollie is one of the rotating cast members. He played drums at Southampton and Scala. Also plays guitar with us, depending on his availability and levels of interest. I know he does a sterling job. He's one of the megastars that are out there. He was playing a gig, and you were playing in Ollie's band, weren't you?
Yeah.
And it's really weird because it was only a few months. I think this was like February 2023, and our gig was scheduled for like the May 2023. I might have it a little bit wrong there, but it wasn't like much in it at all, to be honest. And I went along and seen Kian play with Ollie, and I just thought, yeah, this is great. You know, Kian's obviously, and you were already, to give you credit, you were already playing in bands and some good bands and doing some big gigs, but I don't think I'd been along just to actually see you until I went to see you play that night. And then I thought, yeah, this is brilliant. You know, Kian's obviously on it, and I was really impressed with Ollie Boyden as well, because he's a great songwriter, and I just thought he had a bit of star presence. It was Ollie's own band where he sings, it's his own songs, plays guitar, and I was really impressed. So I immediately scurried back to Rat headquarters and told Lee to hold the phone. Don't get anyone out with a bad back just yet, because there's some fresh blood coming through. And from there, that's where it sort of came from, really. So on that first gig, there was a bit of a mix, wasn't it? Because there was obviously me and Lee. There was yourself. We had one of Kian's mates, who's now our mate, Tom Darby, on the drums. And then we also had a mate of ours, Mark Bulfin. So we had a real generational mix, I suppose. And Mark was on the guitar as well. Irish Mark Bulfin, who also plays in local band The Modalities. From there, obviously, it's the story, you know, that we swapped the lineup around. But a lot of the guys that play with us are Kian's, mates, aren't they, originally, from your musical forays. So the likes of, obviously, Ollie, Luke Cumlosey, Ben Malpas, and Matt McDonald. You'll see clips of them, and they're all on handsomerat.com section Who's That Rat, and you can see where they all are. You can see the gigography, and what I think they're good about it as well, as you can see, if you're a nerd like me, like I said previously, you can see what gigs they actually played as well. And as of yet, not one of them have said they don't want to come back. They've all come back for more. I've said before, it's kind of like being in the fall, but no one gets sacked. And then obviously we've met other people as we've gone along, like Molly Fryo, who came with us down to those gigs down south. Just met her through the internet, really, through Instagram. Just was really taken with her talent and got in contact with her. But again, some of these things aren't like an overnight thing. They can be a slow burner. I think I sent Molly a message in like 2023 originally, and then just over time, you know, the time became right. We had a track that we wanted to collaborate with her on, you know, Both Hands Behind Your Back, and we did those two versions with her. So yeah, that's the origin story. That's how Kian comes into it, and you must be delighted.
Oh yeah, it's great fun. I mean, at the time when I joined, I was already playing in quite a few bands. I was in music college around about 2020 to 2022, and during that time, I was just sort of trying to pick up as much as I could, just out of the love of doing gigs and making and recording music and stuff. So I was in quite a few bands. I had the XP, the gigging experience. So when this came through, I was very eager to jump on board. And every gig that I've done with the Rat, and every project that I've worked on with the Rat since has been just great fun.
Yeah, and he is obviously not contractually, but probably morally obligated to say that. Not hostage as such. But but it has been great. It's been great fun. Not something I would have foresaw, you know, a few years prior. But that's the beauty of life, I guess. And now he's been out rocking all over the world with the rap. And also, like you say, the projects, he has been involved in a lot of projects because he's been at the production helm, haven't you? Of quite a few of the tracks as well. So, well, I'm not listing them all. You can see that on, if you use Spotify, other distributors are available. But if you do like Spotify, you can see the song credits, and I'm pretty thorough with filling in who produced them and stuff, and most of them have got Kian. And also, because you've lent your angle to it, your print on it, you've also sort of, well, you've been involved in the songwriting, haven't you? Because a lot of them are old songs, but you've put on your own spin on it, so you've got a writing credit as well.
Not lyrics though. I can't stand doing anything with lyrics. I like music, but even when I'm listening to tunes, I don't listen to the lyrics. I don't know why. It's just something that I've never connected with. I know most people that listen to music do tend to pick up on the lyrics, but for me, it's always been more about the melody of the song and the structure. But that's all right with Handsome Rat as well, though, because the melody and the structure are, well, they're right up my street. I really do like that sort of thing, especially like the guitar solos and the vocal melodies as well. Just very, very catchy. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
No, that's all good. That's all good. I'm just got my phone in my hand now because I was just going to go to some of the questions that were placed for us. But before we do that, let's just have a quick look back at the chat and see
we've got one here. Oh, right. I'll just answer that one because I just seen it. Is the Kian perm genetic? It is genetic. I wouldn't really choose to do this, but it doesn't look bad. Yeah, I think my dad's probably had a similar curly hair when he was younger, probably from eating the crusts on the bread. And it's just something that I've picked up on as well.
So that's where they all went?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, is there anything else there?
There's a lot of people saying hello to one another, which we like to see. Still mesmerised by Fryo sparkly trousers from Scarlett.
Aren't we all? It was a hell of a rig, and she wore it with excellence. The voice was fantastic. The trousers were fantastic, and she is fantastic. That's it. Is there anything else in there? I don't want to shortchange anyone if anyone had something.
I'm going to scroll up to the top and then, near the top. My favourite gin glass is a Cruz Campo chalice I rescued from a pub.
Okay, yeah.
Good on you, yeah.
That was 20 people in. That's
Jesus. 20 people have absolutely smashed that record.
Smashed it, and I do want to say again, while Kian's scrolling through there, thank you for all the support. I know I said 2 weeks ago, was it, on the first one, I couldn't believe that we went from 30 followers on Facebook. We don't do any business on Facebook really, to having a private group with, as of today, 70 people in it. So absolutely made up with that, and I joke around a lot, but honestly, thank you very much for the support and for what's the word? Encouraging me to do this. So here we are. Okay, so we'll go to some of the pre-submitted questions, and again, feel free to keep putting stuff in there if you do want to. I think there was a couple from Denise. Oh yeah, there was one obviously about how did we meet. Denise also asks, do you have any bad habits? Probably not for Kian. Do you have any bad habits? Kian, by the way, obviously I had a quick look at these questions before, but Kian demanded, being Kian, not to see them. Didn't want any, preloading of what he was going to say.
Yeah, hang on. With that one, though, I kind of wish I did see that one. Because bad habits, I mean, everyone's got bad habits. I can't think of what mine are, though.
Maybe bad habits is a subjective thing to the person, to the beholder. Maybe annoying habits. Do you have any annoying habits?
No, I try not to chew loudly. I drink water. I don't know what that's to do with anything. I honestly, I mean, yeah, I will have some bad habits, but I'm not a smoker. Never smoked. I I have an occasional drink, but I don't go overboard with it. So I wouldn't even call that a habit. Maybe I'm not in the habit of eating healthy enough. I probably don't eat enough vegetables and like fruits and that. I eat a good amount, probably just not enough. And I would probably like to eat more. And I eat a lot of pizza as well. Pizza always seems to be flying around just because it's such an easy thing to eat and cook and all that. So maybe pizza is my bad habit. That's a rubbish answer. Sorry, Denise. But there you go.
Skinny bearded man, big up mate, says you don't shit the bed or anything. He doesn't. He stopped that. He used to, but he stopped by the time he was
15.
16. What's that? Yeah, oh, sorry. Someone else put in. What are your top 3 band influences? Well, the person asking might not saw episode 1, so I kind of answered something similar. What's your top 3 band influences? I don't think I can answer what your top. I reckon I know one of them.
Go on.
Blossoms.
Blossoms would be in there. These aren't necessarily my influences. These are just my 3 favourite bands.
That's fair enough. Let's not split hairs.
Blossoms.
Let's not split Killy hairs.
No, let's not do that. Blossoms, local Stockport band, very, very good. I mean, they've been around for probably over 10 years now, but I think I came to them about 2018, like when I was a teenager, and I've seen them like loads and loads of times now. But they're just a fantastic band to watch. The live performance is insane, and the music is always good, and it keeps you. They don't seem to do the same thing twice. From album to album, they seem to change it up, which I really like. And they've just announced a couple of shows at the end of the year. I don't know why I'm promoting them. I'm looking forward to it, is all I mean. And then my 2 other favourite bands. One is the Beatles. I'm into the Beatles. Listen to all the albums. I could probably name most of the Beatles tracks with a split second of hearing it, apart from the Yellow Submarine album. Just because, I don't know, it seems like a soundtrack. I don't know if it's an actual album or not. And then my 3rd favourite band is the Smiths. And that's, I think, it's a combination of the sort of sound of his vocals and then the guitar melodies, just perfect. Really, really good stuff.
Well, they're not in my top 3, but I've got a lot of time for Blossoms. I also think they're fantastic, and not that I'm one for rock and roll or socialising one-upmanship, but I did see the Blossoms when they were nothing. When they played the Bungalow Club in Stockport. In fact, that's a bit of a lie. They were nothing. I think they just signed the record deal. And my recollection, I had a friend who said, "Have you heard this band Blossoms?" And I said, "I've seen the posters." I'm going back to, I think 2014 or something, maybe something like that. I said, "I've seen the posters, but I've not actually heard them." And it took me long to see Blossoms at the Bungalow Club, and it was kind of like, my recollection of it was like a thank you for their family for supporting them. So the Bungalow Club was just a small social club, but it was panned out. I just remember thinking, these are absolutely amazing. And it wasn't long after that, I saw them at Glastonbury. Well, this friend I'm talking about took me to see them about 5 or 6 times, probably making them one of my most viewed bands, just because this friend I had obsessed with Blossoms. They were really this for the amount of time I have. I've seen quite a few come and go when they were nothing, absolutely nothing. I remember seeing Miles Kane when he was nothing.
No, Miles Kane's never been nothing. He's always been the Kane.
He was nothing. He was nothing. No, he was really good. In fact, it was his band, the Rascals. They were a 3-piece band. Saw them at Oldham Castle, and we had a mutual friend, Phil Knox out of Ventrelles. Big up Knoxy, if you ever see this. Phil was mates with him, and we ended up chatting to Miles Kane. He wasn't Miles Kane at the time; he was just this guy. But he was a really nice fellow. That's what I remember about it. I enjoyed his band. Not quite as good as obviously what he went on to do, like in his solo career and Last Shadow Puppets, etc. But I'm a big Miles Kane fan. I joked on a bit there, but I do like him. But yeah, I've seen loads of people when they were nothing. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got then. Denise, I'm just finishing your questions, and thank you for submitting a couple in there.
Thank you.
This is a good one. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
For God's sake.
I feel selfish picking another one. I've already got so many. I don't know what it would be. There's some of the big hitters, isn't there? Invisibility.
Yeah, but
Super
the
speed.
one I always thought about invisibility is it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Speaking to a guy in a mask and shades.
Yeah. No, invisibility, I'm sure it'd be good for some things. I think the one I've always thought is it would be teleportation, because you could be able to get from point A to point B so quickly. Not instantly, innit? Yeah.
When I hear you say that, though, I think that's more about you getting out of uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be loads of occasions where I'd try and use that one. I'd be in a situation and I'd go, oh, for God's sake. And instead of having to use my words to get out of it, I could just go and I'd be out of there like the Flash. Yeah. Probably that then. Teleportation. Flying would be good, actually. I would like to do that, but I feel like the novelty of that would wear off, because with teleportation, you're there in an instant. With flying, you still have to go from point A to point B, and it could be raining outside. And then what? You'd be wishing you had that teleportation.
Yeah, and you'd be filing all the relevant papers with Civil Aviation Authority just to make sure everything was by the book.
For God's sake, yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. Forget flying. Forget that.
Just forget it, yeah. Mrs. has dragged me to see Miles Kane 3 times. Yeah, he's good. Jackie, that every record you release sells millions of copies. Seems like an appropriate superpower. It certainly does. Getting any sort of attention in the quagmire of the battlefront of it's so saturated now out there that even to get people to listen can be hard work. But yeah, to sell that, to have a lot of sales would be great. Would be great indeed. When anyone is sick or poorly, Kian would click and be gone from the gyms. I think I know what this is referencing, but not for me to say.
Yeah, in reference to that, absolutely. That would have been one of them scenarios. Been out there. I can't be around sick. It's disgusting.
If you're invisible and shut your eyes. Oh, it's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical question. Is it philosophical?
Yeah.
Philosophical question from Gareth. If you were invisible and shut your eyes, can you see through your eyelids? I don't know about that.
What do you mean by philosophical? I thought that was sort of had a deep meaning. I mean, obviously this is getting you to think, but
Philosophical.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it is a philosophical question. I think the idea of that seems quite nauseating. Just never been able to. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that.
Yeah, Joanna, how'd you end up here? Not anything. Sorry. Yeah, it was me. There was a good tip came in. I think it's from Jill saying, turn off the slow commenting. And in my effort to do that and in be inclusive, I kicked everyone out. Such is life. So sorry about that. And the last one from Denise. I'm not looking at anyone else here. Way. Pre-show rituals or superstitions.
What, for me specifically?
Well, both of us, I guess. But have you got any? You've done a lot of shows recently. Some big ones, I hear.
No.
You do like a shot of tequila, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's not really my choice though. This is before the Skinner Brothers gigs. We you have to get involved because it's like all the camaraderie and stuff. But there's usually a bottle of tequila flying around backstage, and there'll be some tequila consumed before the gig. We'll have a shot each. And then go out onto. But it's a bit of a nightmare, really, because no, it's good. Let me clear that it is good. It's good to get involved, the team spirit and all that. But with the mask on, like you've got to lift it up, take the tequila shot, and then I'm not happy with that. I've got to have a water chaser because the idea of taking a shot of tequila and then going out onto the stage and doing an hour with just like old tequila just hanging around in your mouth is awful. So I download a water after it and then pop a chewing gum in. So that's the tequila pre-gig ritual. But personally, I don't really have any superstitions or anything like that. I used to have a lucky pair of gigging socks, but I stopped that when I had an unlucky gig. I can't remember what happened. Maybe something went wrong. But yeah, I try not to pick up many superstitions. I don't walk on three grids where I can help it. But that's just applies to any day ever. So
yeah, fair play. Yeah. I tell you what is a funny one. Lee obviously has got a bit of a pre-show ritual which he likes to enforce.
Oh yeah,
which is he demands to have a sit-down Italian meal for some reason. Because Lee, well, you know what? Actually, it's a bit naughty because Lee's not here to defend himself, but that's the way I like it, baby. So I can really put the boot in. And Lee's not really interested in being in a band. He won't watch this back. He doesn't like playing gigs. He doesn't like recording. I don't really know what he's doing. But what he does like to do is go for a sit-down Italian meal, which I find a bit heavy before a gig.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of it. A nice penne. I suppose the thing is, with Italian, it's not as heavy as a don't know, curry. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be going for a gig. Jesus.
There was an earlier message as well. Sorry, I missed. Not missed. I didn't reference it. That Axel, I think it's one of your fans, Kian.
Oh, little Axel, yeah.
Watching and laughing that we sound similar. Well, we will do because obviously we're related. What else have we got there?
Oh, I'll say hello to Lewis as well. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis, Axel, and I don't know if Frank will be watching, but hello to everyone.
These are the stars of your video.
Yeah. It's good.
Where we come from.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And hello, and thanks for being in here. So I don't think I've actually got a pre-show ritual. Just making sure that everyone's there, I suppose, and worrying about that. There's always someone that's got to be the beater of the drum, not the drummer. But again, hypothetically. Analogy. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. Next question. Right, we've got some Kian. More questions for Kian. Great. Question for Kian. This is from Jill. We got Jill. Do you ever sleep?
Do I ever sleep?
You're everywhere all the time. I think this is in reference to obviously your multiple projects and all the stuff you get involved in.
Oh,
what is your sleep routine? I mean, this could see the viewership plundle.
Yeah.
Dwindle.
Plundle, I like that.
Plundle.
Yeah.
We're gonna plundle down to sub 10 viewers. Go on.
My sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Well, at the start of the year, I tried sorting it out because there wasn't really anything. I work at Morrison's, for those of you that don't know, and I'm on the bakery. So sometimes that involves a very early shift. I say very early. It's not as early as can be. It's 6 a.m. But I don't like getting up really early if I don't need to. But then also, I don't like getting up really late. I feel like I need 8 hours. So as long as I get that, I'm kind of happy. But my ideal sleep schedule would be sleeping from 10 till 6. And I think everyone else should try and follow that because it's the another thing with is you can't always do it as well, because especially if you're doing a gig, you could be getting back. I mean, I used to do a wedding band and used to be getting back at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
1 in the morning.
and with that, like, I can't really sleep past 10 a.m. regardless. So getting back at 4 and then waking up at 10 and not feeling your best, and that was always a bit of a struggle.
All right. Well, listen, we've plundled down to 14 people now, so that's enough of that. Yeah. Jackie asks, any new music releases planned in the near future? Yeah, they're always planning. The hardest thing, really. Look, can I just go straight back up to 27? As soon as you stop talking about sleep, sending people to sleep.
Yeah, I was at 14 a second ago.
So the words got out that your boring shite is done, and the real questions are in now. So the hardest thing really is getting people to. Obviously, Kian has done a lot of production for us. Very busy. Lee's done a lot of production. I was going to say very busy / not interested. No, he's very busy as well. So it's just getting people together really to actually do the things. We don't rely on one person to do it, but yeah, there's quite a few that are loaded up and ready to go. And I've been speaking to quite a few people about doing some alternate versions as well recently. So I won't give any false promise of any titles or anything, but I would say the next 3, 4, 5 tunes are all lined up, and it's just a matter of getting them boxed off and done now. So hopefully something with you soon. There was a good question as well. Forgive me if I've missed anything else on FB. I don't. If he did put a question in and it's not being done, please resubmit. I was reading that one. Any Handsome Rat gigs in Manchester or Northwest before the end of the year? Yeah, hopefully. We had a run of a few gigs in 2025 into this year where we've done quite well. Not only like 70 capacity rooms, but we sold a few out. But we're not massive ticket sellers. So you got to be really careful about what you pick. You don't want to get something booked unless it's like a good support show or something, where you're going to play into an empty room or whatever. So I think sensibly, we've got a few conversations going about maybe certainly the autumn, towards the end of the year. It'll definitely be a Manchester show, definitely be an intimate one, and we'll let you know as soon as we can. And it'll be great to see as many people who can get there together, because I do say so myself, it's usually a pretty good show. I mean, I'm a music fan, and I'm always pretty impressed with the stuff that I watch back. I don't think I'm too big-headed in saying that, but I won't be here saying it otherwise.
No, I can agree with that as well, because obviously with the shows at Southampton and Scala, usually every Handsome Rat show that I've been at, I've been playing. But with these ones, I was just watching as a punter, and it was a great show actually. It was great to watch. Being on the other side, it was a bit of a strange feeling, but no, it was a great show, and I tried to film a lot of it as well so I could watch it back. Because
was it a strange feeling? Was it a strange feeling? A, oh my God, I should be up there with the Rat, or was it B, thank God someone's up there and I will have to do this shit again?
Well, I wouldn't say it was either of them options. But Ado, who was on the bass for those gigs, was fantastic.
Big up Ado.
Yeah, he did a great job. It was great to watch him, and he played some stuff that I probably wouldn't have done. It was quite interesting to hear, like a different person's perspective on the same songs. Yeah, it was a joy to hear.
Yeah, and I've put that on a few posts recently. That's why in the Rat's Nest, the private Facebook group, now up to 70 members, and thank you all for those that are in it. That's why I put a few clips in recently of the different members playing, because if you're familiar with the tunes and you hear those different versions, the spins that some of them put on it, I think are incredible, because they're all such talented people, and I like to not be rigid. I don't go in there and say play it exactly like you hear it on the recording. I say, bring something to it, and if it sounds good, or even sometimes some of them, I think I put that clip up recently of Part of the Problem. So I did think I know it. I put that clip up of Part of the Problem, from the Castle gig, and it was Matt and Ben playing the sort of dual lead guitar. Oh, yeah. And they pretty much improvised that. It was unbelievable. Do your work colleagues, friends know that you're a superstar Rat? Some do, and some don't. I think it just depends on who I've talked to. There's a growing number of them that do. My friends, I'm talking about work colleagues there. My friends, yeah, all my friends know. So most of them are pretty supportive as well. And I've said this before as well. When you know when you're getting somewhere is when other people start turning up other than your friends. And we are at that point now where, well, this chat, case in point. Thanks very much.
I think there was a question we may have missed before. I seem to remember something. We've seen that. That one. If you could choose which venue would you like to play? Is it like a dream venue, do you think?
Yeah. I'd say some bucket list sort of thing. What's yours?
For me, I've always, every time I've gone to Manchester Academy 2, I've always thought that looks like a really nice venue to play. I've seen this guy called Dayglow. He's like an indie artist solo thing, but he's got a band with him. I seen him there a few years ago, and I thought it was one of the best shows I've ever seen, because he had like a pre-programmed light show that went along with it. It was ace. And then I seen another band there twice, actually, a band called the Lemon Twigs, and they did a cracking job in that venue. And it's just like the perfect shape. It's the perfect capacity. It's not too bad for me. It's like one of those sort of flat ones. It's not too bad for me because I can usually peer over everyone's heads, but it's not great for the person stood behind me. But I feel like that for me would be my dream venue to play.
Yeah, well, I suppose I've definitely got one. I've definitely got one that I would like to say. We always joke about we've got a what do you call it? Again, I keep using that word. A hypothetical North Star plan where we always say everything we do needs to aim at us playing the GMEX, aka Manchester Central, by I think it's at the end of 2028. When we started playing 2023, we said that, and it's one of those plans. We don't literally mean that. It's like if we aim for that, we might end up playing 300 capacity show or something. But everything we do, we base around this little strategic plan of where we're going and what we're trying to accomplish. But the reality is, if I had to pick one venue, I talked about it being where I went for my first gig, and it's my absolute favourite of all time, Manchester Apollo. If I could play that in any capacity, that'd do for me. It would satisfy my inner teenage self. All the times I've been there, all the great nights and the great people I've met there, the great gigs I've seen there, Manchester Apollo's the one for me. So if the Skinner Brothers do play Manchester Apollo, I'm going to have to insist that we're involved in some way, even if it's just playing in the foyer. That'd be the one.
That would be great, yeah.
Absolutely. What, stay in the foyer?
But anything, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything? You haven't missed anything up here, have we? No, I've seen that.
Patrick, 5 a.m. Scala Club. Joanna, did the party end, or did you force someone to party with you at 5 a.m. when you got back? Unfortunately, the party ended. So me and one of my friends, Joanna, and some other people who I do know, but I won't name to protect the innocents. We had a bit of a party. We just sort of walked past you, didn't we, as we were on the way back to our hotel. And we ended up having a couple of drinks on the steps of Scala, which was quite fitting and quite cool. And I just didn't want it to end. And I was harassing, please don't let the party ever end. But it did. It was 5 o'clock in the morning and people were bored listening to me. But to answer the question specifically, no, it was all over. When you turned out the lights, Joanna, on that night, it was over. And it only remains now as a beautiful memory. What else have we got? Fingers crossed you get there one day. Albert Hall is probably one of my favourite Manchester. Yeah, great venue as well.
Yeah, I've seen Miles Kane there recently, actually. Well, I say recently, it's probably January, but yeah.
And Dutton, big up. Big up, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. There's this one here as well. City, I forgot it's a touchscreen.
It's the bloody touchscreen. I've got my mouse today because the touchscreen was so bad last time. Are you guys United or City or other? If you do support, yeah, well, I'll go first. United, because I'm from Stretford. Not that that's a barrier or a qualification higher than anyone else, but obviously it's very close. I grew up within 15 minutes walking distance from United. I went to my first game when I was 8 in August 1989. For any football fans out there, Arsenal were the reigning champions. Man United. It was when Michael Knight was about to. Oh, it's going to plunder it, isn't it? It's going to plunder. I'm sensing not many football fans. At the moment. But yeah, I'll keep it brief. I support Man United.
Yeah, I'm a United fan as well. I wish I had that sort of backstory to go with it, but I don't. My dad was a United fan. I wasn't really that big into football growing up, and to be honest, compared to most people, I'm not that much into football. A lot of people can, seem to rattle off a load of statistics and stuff like that. I've never really had that sort of interest. When I watch a game and I sit down and I know I'm going to watch it, that's when I can get into it. I remember like the first United game that I watched where I was sort of thinking, this is great, is the Champions League. I think it might have been a quarter-final or something against PSG, and Rashford got that last-minute penalty. I won't go on any more about that because people don't care. But United fan.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a little note here. Patrick, you'll be glad to know me and Lisa are doing great. And Lisa says you're amazing. And yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail there, other than what you're going to type yourself. But I'm really glad to hear that, and made up for you. And keep me posted. Kian, do you have any footage still of you signing my thing on a bin? What the hell's that? What were you signing?
Come on, Joanna, you could have said what was it? Is it a piece of cardboard? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was a set list. Yeah, I do have the footage of that. I'll send it to you. I don't know where exactly it is, but I do definitely have it. I tend not to delete anything. or if I do delete something off my hard drive, it's usually because it's been uploaded to the Google Drive.
Or because Interpol are knocking on the door. Open up! Seizing your hard drive. What was it? Sorry, a piece of card.
No, it was a set list.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, cool. Right, I've got one more question online. Please, if I did miss your question and you know I've missed it, please do ask again, and we'll be speaking for 45 minutes, so we'll wrap it up pretty soon, I think. But KMCC1, whoever the hell that is, says, do you like Sunday roast or an Indian takeaway?
Or an Indian takeaway. Well, is that like would you rather have one or the other? Or
I guess it is. I mean, well, let me go. Let me go first, here, nephew.
Go on.
Is it specific to the day? Does it matter? Surely it's on the situation, isn't it? I mean, I like
very
both.
situational.
Would you turn your nose if I was to serve a Sunday roast on a Tuesday?
Nope.
No. But could you hack a curry at 12 o'clock on a Sunday?
12 o'clock lunchtime?
Yeah.
Depends how hungry I was. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. If it has to be one, I would say, I mean, you're having a good old shot at your 5 a day there, aren't you? If you've got the right veg on your Sunday. Oh God, let me make up my mind quickly before the plunders. Indian takeaway. What about you? That's not me a gas, by the way. It's a chair.
Oh, fucking hell. Probably, I'll get more excited about an Indian takeaway, but then what was that?
Gareth from 1%.
Oh, see you, Gareth. I get more excited about an Indian takeaway, but every time I've had an Indian recently, I've regretted it the next day. I've been on the toilet for ages, and it's horrible. You never get that with a Sunday roast. So if I had to pick one to go with forever, probably the Sunday roast. But I do like an Indian.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't think there's any other questions. I've given people an opportunity to fire one in. If there is any, I can't see anything else there. Let me just have a quick look on the old Insta. I don't think there's anything coming there. I think that's it. So that just leaves me to say thanks very much. All joking aside, thanks for your support. Really touched by it. I've said it a few times.
Making excuses.
Indian curry. I joke around a lot, but I am really touched with all the support you give me. So thank you very much. And I guess in a couple of weeks we'll try and do it again. Can't promise Kian's going to be here. Might be one of the other rats. It'd be good to get Lee on here so people could actually see what I'm working with and see how uninterested he is. Because he's a character in his own right, isn't he?
Yeah, Lee's great. It would be great to. I mean, I'd love to watch that on the other side. I just would. It'd be great to see what he has to say.
Not fucking much, I can tell you. But it's not what he says; it's how he says it. it's the cutting way in which he says it that brings you down. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.